Hello! It's Erica of Airbarts, and I've escaped Heloise's laying on me. I'm gonna step off camera real quick. So I am home, and I haven't even unloaded the car. I've been home like half an hour, which gave Heloise a chance to run around and do her zoomies, and then to sit upon me, where she proceeded to try and eat the phone cord because I was charging the phone, and then she proceeded to try and eat or at least lick my. I got a felted cuff at the show. You can see it's already sort of. I think it's gonna need a little more felting, but I bought it from a vendor that had very many sales, so I grabbed it. So it's a button-on one, but I think these curls need a little more felting on them. And I think she was trying to lick my hand, but she licked here, and she sort of pulled away a little bit of stuff. Hello, Amy. So I will take this off while I'm felting, while I'm carding, and put it aside. I'm also going to take off the vest, because the vest is fleece, and of course, any fiber I use will stick to it. So the cotton t-shirt will be better. So we'll get that off. Though I had to move my lip gloss because I had a crisis this weekend. I had two crises. I woke up Saturday morning and my watch battery had died overnight. And I'm a watch person. I always have to have my watch on. And then my lip gloss, turns out it was emptier than I thought it was. So I had no lip gloss for over 24 hours. I was really kind of freaked out. I picked up something at a gas station on the way back. So that's okay. I also have the rest of my root beer. This is just a medium, but I needed a little something on the way back. So put that over there so I don't kick it. You'll also notice that your angle is different, or the perspective is different. Because my phone's getting older, the battery's not staying as charged. I think I had about 75%. Hello, Lauren. So this is sort of a test. I don't currently have it plugged in, but from this angle, I could plug it in if I had to do a live or something like that. So this is just sort of testing and seeing what it looks like if I use this angle to do a bat. So you may recall I posted a bat making ingredient photo with greens. That's the bat I laid out to make on Friday. I just didn't get time, so that's what we're making now. Okay, so let me turn you around. Yes, I know it's very messy. It always is, right? Okay, let me just flip you here. And then let's see if I can get it. Because I'm using my clip for my phone. One side does the horizontal and the other does the vertical. But my gooseneck is used to bending one way. So I'm trying to see how it's going to work. And hopefully it will not. Okay, that seems to work. You'll notice those piles over there. Those are some of the more recent shipment of Dharma that hasn't been dyed yet. I'll be starting that this week. But I don't think I'm going to have to get into anything. Because the only other thing... So I've got... This is Silk BFL. BFL Silk that I got from Curly Q's. This is some BFL that I bought it from, what did I buy it from? Baxter Hill Creek Yarn Shop, but it's Gwen Aaron is the maker. Can you tell me about the width of your carder? Thank you. I will. And then this is just what I have left of this bright green alpaca wool from Jehovah Jireh Farm and Mill. Got some green Angelina, and I think I am going to put in, I don't think I have a good green silk. Yeah, I can't, I'm used to having much more space on the upper part of the camera, so I have to get used to that. There is, I might use this one. I was going to use my Tussa Silk, but this one looks kind of intriguing. It's a rainbow, but if I pull out the green bits there, I think that would look really kind of cool. Okay, so we'll do that. So I think actually I'm going to undo this one right now so I can pull off, let's see, I think I want to skip all the pinky bits. Okay, well, there'll be a little bit of pinky bit. So we'll put this pinky bit back in here. And then at the other end, we will pull out, I think I'm just going to pull out this end here and not, this end here and not the pinky bits. Okay, now the other thing is I can only see one comment at a time. This is interesting. Okay, let's see what we got here. Thank you. Oh, yes, you're still over there, aren't you? The width of my Carter, so the width of the drum, I believe, is an 8-inch standard width. And I was just looking to see if I still have my tape measure that I pulled out the other day to see if I could do an actual measurement. Let me just peek over here. Let's see if I did actually put it back where it belongs. Of course I didn't. I never do. I think it's a standard 8-inch across here, which is what for most companies are standards. The petites, the babies and stuff like that are 4 or 5. Okay, and then of course you get extra larger doubles or double wides, and then like the really big jumbo, like the really big. I've seen like the Brother Electric Carter. That's like the huge double wide. That's like really quite big. I saw that. I got to play with that one at Teddy's house. So, okay. So I get to talk while we're making up the bat. Okay, so I'm going to start with, since I have the most of this, I'm going to start with this green from Curly Cues. And I notice it is a little sort of cotted in places. So if I had thought about it ahead of time, I wouldn't have done it because I wouldn't have had time today, but I probably would have steamed it a little bit to open it up, but I'm just going to tease it instead. Okay. And sometimes this happens in the course of the dyeing process. And sometimes vendors will sell that kind of stuff at a slight discount, especially if you're going to tear it up to use for felting or something. Might as well do that. Okay, so I've opened it up quite a bit there. Okay. Yeah, so it was a nice, easy drive back, though I did have to get off and turn around because I wanted to stop at that Casey's that I had written about in Mount Pleasant, Iowa, since there are a lot of Mount Pleasants around. Because when you're traveling south and going from 118 to over to 34 East, you actually you get off this exit and then you sort of turn around and you get on the sort of a town road and then you pick up 34. When you are going north, you essentially just exit and on. And so there's, I couldn't get to the Casey's that I wanted to get to, where gas was $2.77. And so I actually sort of had to go up to the next exit, turn around, and come back because I was like, I have to go to the bathroom anyways, and I wanted my root beer. And so I did that. And then, okay, so what I think I'm going to do with this BFL is sort of rip it in half like this. Okay. And then I think I'll rip those in half like that. Okay, so I've got 4 pieces here. I'll probably end up with more than 4 layers, but we'll see how it goes. Okay. And I'm just going to not put it anywhere in particular. It's just sort of on there. I'm not trying to do it on one side or the other. Okay, now with this is sort of the end of a ball. And so it's sort of in a weird position. So I'm going to rip that in half again. And then I'll try and see if I can do this one in half as well. Sort of, kind of. So that's the one I'll go on this time. And then I'll do it in half like this. And then I'll just feed this in like the other one. So things will be more distributed. There. Okay, now I need the silk. What did I do with the silk? There's the silk. Okay, so I'm going to try not to use this sort of pinky blue end. I want more this end here. This is mulberry silk. This one's from Esther's Place. Okay, that looks nice. Yeah, so it was a good show. It was not. I had this. They did one in March that I did, and I did quite well. And there was a lot of traffic. I would say this one was about half the traffic, and I did half as well as I did in the spring. But there's, fall, there's so much stuff going on everywhere. There's high school sports, and there's, people are already, it's November. People are already starting to rev up those holiday art festivals and craft fairs. And so I think, I would still do it again. It's not a high expense show for me, and I stay with some very nice people that I met through a friend, and so yeah, I'd probably still do that. There is, the only thing that sort of other fiber festivals, there is one up in Minnesota on Saturday, so it'd probably be roughly the same drive, but without a place to stay. So I don't know. I would, and then of course there's Fiber Festival of New England, right? Which I keep thinking, maybe I should apply and do it. I can stay with my sister, but it's a 2-day drive, and I'm not worried about weather. I'm just like, it's a 2-day drive. Okay, so the Angelina here, it's gonna shimmer, but it's not gonna be as noticeable as say if I used gold. Okay. So it was quite good. The newest one I'm considering is actually YarnCon in Chicago, because I have a friend who said I can stay with her, and I've talked to a couple other vendors who've done it, and it might be an interesting, intriguing one. I got waitlisted for Midwest Fiber Festival, so there's no guarantee I'll be able to get in, and so I'm going to look at alternatives for the end of April, and see what I can find. I did sell some bats yesterday. I had 8 art bats. I sold 4 of them. Okay, which one does that go with? I think that one I can probably even break in half. And I got to see some people who I'd met at other shows. I got to see Jennifer Edwards. So it was just a nice show. They had good food there. I'll do, maybe not tonight, because I've got the Zoom sweater support group for WAFA, but I will do a sort of a festival haul, because I got some stuff, including that cuff I had on earlier. If you watched the very beginning. Okay, a little bit of a clump here. Let's just sort of pull that up like that. There we go. Hey, Tony. Tony's a new WAFA vendor. It's very exciting. Yeah, so my main thing is focusing on getting ready for Threads and Fiber, which is in 2 weeks, under 2 weeks at this point. Setup is on the 17th. I want to have a bunch more bats done, more dyeing done. My dyeing, I actually sold quite a bit of clothes. For not having a ton of clothes with me. I sold a number of, I sold a dress, a couple of tunics. Somebody actually tried on the Lucy tunic, which is the mock turtleneck. It's sort of like a Judy, but it has long sleeves, but one pocket, the mock neck. And I only had it dyed up in a small, And this person tried it on and was like, the small fit. And she's like, I'm like a medium large. And I'm like, okay, good. It fit. You're happy with it? Please take it. Or buy it. So that was good. And I think I'll do this one as a Angelina one. Did I sell any other? I had some people try on a couple of things. Some worked, some didn't. And because I didn't have my dressing room, it meant I had a lot more space to spread out and put things up and lay out all the scarves, take a little more room for the yarn. Sold a little bit of yarn. This color is moss if you care about what color is the Angelina. And so I'm sort of playing with space. The thing about YarnCon is I haven't, because the application hasn't opened yet, but they do have some very small spaces, and I can't figure out if, like, in your first year you have to take a small space or you have a small space available to you. I don't know. Because they have booths that are 5 feet by 5 feet. Now, if I have a 5 feet by 5 foot booth, I cannot have my dressing room, because obviously my dressing room is 4 foot by 4 foot, and that would give me, like, no room for anything else. So, well, I'll have to, like, read over the particulars and how they work that. I also just need to, I haven't gotten it in yet, but I need to get my application in for Shepherd's Market. Ellen, the organizer, knows I'm applying. She just, I just haven't, I have to get it printed off and send a check in. And then other than my guild, the only other big thing, let's see, a little bunch, so I'm gonna pull that up. The only other big thing is second weekend of December. I will be in Coralville, Iowa for Thieves Market. It's right off I-80. It's, I can't remember if it's a Hyatt or a, Marriott, one of those event center things. It's right off of I-80. It's the 2nd Avenue, 1st Avenue exit in Coralville. It's right near the Trader Joe's, which I was going to stop at on the way home, but then realized I wasn't going to have time. And I still need to contact them and get info. Like, I think it's one of these ones that has, like, the black curtains with the white PVC pipe that separates everything, but I just need to find out, if it does or doesn't. If it doesn't, that might be, my goal, to try and figure out what kind of fabric panels I want on the back of my mesh display panels. And that one I will have all the tie-dye. So I'll have the clothing, the scarves, the bags. But I will also have bats, and I will have hand-spun yarn. And if the felting items that I've been playing with have progressed to the quality that I'm happy with, then I will have some felted items as well. I believe it's a free event. I don't think there's an admission. So, at least I can use this space over here now. Can't see my head, but I can use this. Because normally, like, when I fluff stuff, I fluff it, like, over here, but up. And I can't do that because it's not on camera. So. apart just a little bit more. Can't forget we're going to do some more Angelina. There. See if I can. Your colors. Okay. So I think if I need to, I can do this type of thing. I will, when I do my festival haul, I'll try this orientation as well. My issue is because my, the clamp here is solid at the bottom right under there. And that means I can't pass the power cord up into the phone. But if I have it this way, the place where the power cord goes in is hanging off the edge, so I can plug it in. So we'll just try that just in case I have to do that too. Because everything else on the phone seems to be working fine. And new phone's not in the budget right now, so. Okay. Let's do that. Let's see what we got left over here. Put some of this nice pack of wool in there. A little spring green. And then we'll put in plain up BFL. Just that little bit of light blue in there makes it quite nice. Okay, let me pull this. I'm going to pull this off here and go like this. And I may not use all of this. We'll have to see. That's an awfully big piece. Okay, so a little fluff. Yeah, I think when I use the other half of this braid, this is only half of it. I'll steam it first. Got exciting things coming from this month's Wafa sale as well, including. Cause remember, I got excited because I got that new tapestry loom from Small Acre Farm, Timber and Twine, and yeah, I don't think I'm going to be doing another layer because that's getting very full in that spot right there. Though I think, well, let me see. I think what I'm going to do though is go like this. I'm going to avoid this spot right here because that's where it was thickest. I'm just going to put a little bit of the silk right there. And I am going to take a little bit, probably from this end, like this darker green. Because I want to put a little more of the Angelina on. And I keep looking to see what time it is on my watch here. Yeah, the watch that doesn't have battery. That is on the list to do tomorrow. Walk over to the jewelry store that's a block away and say, watch battery please. Okay, hopefully we'll be able to get this on. I want some to peek out at the top. I think Heloise has gone back to sleep. Okay, we'll see if this fits. It may not fit. We'll see. It might be kind of... Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to use this as the top piece. Pull it really, really thin, like that, and like that, because I want it to be as thin as I can make it. It's still sticking there, but you can. Did you enjoy your extra hour this morning? it was very nice to wake up. It was, just after 6 a.m. and to see the sun peeking over the trees or through the trees where I was. So I was a little more east than where I am now. Not that much, but okay. So that's good. So let's add a little bit of the alpaca wool. And this part here, I'm going to roll up for the next one. And you like it? Okay, and then we'll add a little bit of the silk as well. So we got some green and some blue here. Just trying to catch the edges, not try and get big clumps on here. Okay, that's a very green batch. Okay, now put this away. And while I'm doing that, if you want to start guessing the weight, go right ahead. Okay, and let's see. We can't do the weight. The weight will be, you can still guess the weight. I will come back afterwards and let you know what the weight is, because the scale and the little bucket, the little thing I use to weigh it in is in the command center, which is still in the car, because I had yarn that I had washed right before I left, and I didn't get it tagged before I left, so and some of it was still wet, and you don't want to weigh it when it's wet, because if you weigh it when it's wet, you're weighing the water, right? So I had to Friday night at my friend's house, I had to make up the tags, and left the weight blank, and then Saturday morning after I set up, I had a little bit of time, I went and weighed them all. So that is all in my command center, so I don't have it right now. So keep your guessing, and then I will let you know afterwards who was right. And it may not be immediately because I really want a cup of tea. Okay, so I broke the bat, and now I'm just carefully taking it off. This may not be too heavy. It's hard to tell. It's very, very fluffy. I mean, BFL and silk, right? So we'll have to see. Okay. And I'm in the, by the way, they published the WAFA, I'll do this one sideways for you. That's before fluffing. Okay. WAFA schedule has come out for the vendors. I will be on Sunday again. I should have been on Friday because they rotate us around unless you have a conflict, and I usually don't have a conflict, but I forget I have Thanksgiving. I have Friendsgiving out in a different part of the state, and they're working around 9-to-5 jobs or academic jobs, and so it's gonna be on the weekend, and we couldn't decide was it gonna be on Friday or was it gonna be on Saturday, and so I had to actually let Ellen know that I couldn't be as available as I usually am, and so it looks like she's scheduled me for Sunday, so that is good. I will drive out on Friday in the afternoon. I'll do adminning in the morning, and I will I'm gonna pop the camera up. Okay, hopefully you'll stay. Yeah, okay. And we'll do Thanksgiving on Thursday, Saturday, and then I will drive back Sunday morning. There we go. What do you think? I'll take name suggestions too. But look, it's got some nice, it's got the variants of greens in there. I've done purple symphony or sonata. I could do like green symphony or sonata. That's always a possibility. Okay, so you like it? Okay, I will weigh it later. It feels very weird not to weigh it. So yeah, so thank you for tuning in. Oh yeah, there's a whole 10 of you. That's a lot for a Sunday. So yeah, I will. I think I've used Emerald City before. I could do Emerald City too. And hi Beverly. I got to hug Beverly over the weekend. And I bought mittens. I bought fingerless gloves from Beverly. So those are very cool. Those are in my suitcase though. Enchanted Forest. I don't think I've used that one before. That might be good. Yeah. So yeah, so that is that's the bat for today. Okay. As I said, I'll pop on probably tomorrow night maybe and do festival hall. May even have some squishy mail by then, and maybe I'll do those as separate things. We'll have to see. I have signed up again for the Shopify workshop that Annika Ryan runs. It's the one I took back in the spring, and it was going to get me going, and it was going to be, yeah, and then it didn't happen. It's the joys of ADD. So we're trying it again, and it's great because I've taken it before. You can retake it for free. So I'm like retaking it for free. And instead of being like 1 week, she's spreading it out over 2 weeks. So it looks like it's a little more manageable in terms of things. So I'm excited about that. So we'll see what comes of this. Okay? Maybe third time will be the charm. So I wish you all a very, very pleasant weekend. It's nice and sunny and not terribly cold here in Iowa. In fact, I'm going to turn the heat off. And it's actually supposed to be like almost 70 by Wednesday. So very exciting. And then I think it's going to be like plummet down again. So I hope everybody has a great day. And I'll post some pictures. I'm going to do a photo dump from yesterday at some point as well. And if you're in Wafa and you want to come to the sweater support group tonight, it's at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central. The Zoom link is in the event. The event is in Wafa. And you don't have to be working on a sweater. You can spin, you can just chat, whatever. Okay? I'll see you around on Facebook.